Morai v'Rabotai, Chacham Yosef Chaim, the Ben Ish Chai, was a tremendous, tremendous Gaon b'Torah. He was, without a doubt, a tzaddik yisod olam, one of the foundations of the world. His righteousness, his piousness, his chassidut was something that wasn't from the 1900s or 1800s, from the times of the Talmud. A person that was kol kulo Torah. He was an expert and a master in the Talmud, in the Poskim, in the Kabbalah, but he knew how to go down to the people, giving shiurim and writing books for men, women, children, every single one on their own level. And ad hayom hazeh, over 100 years since he passed away, you have tens of thousands of people around the world that have his word as a final law. They accept it, eyes closed, period. That's the influence that the Ben Ish Chai had in the world. Now, I'm not gonna tell over his life story. I just want to share with you one simple lesson from his life that I hope could penetrate your hearts, and maybe you take it into your own personal lives. But I'll accomplish this by starting off with a story that had nothing to do with the Ben Ish Chai. In fact, the story probably is not even true. I think it's more of a joke, but it definitely helps me get to where I want to get to. There was a Hasidic man that was, Baruch Hashem, married, wife, children, beautiful. But unfortunately, when it came to Parnasah, like they say in Hebrew, ala panim, it wasn't too good. Didn't have much luck when it came to finances. Every single month was a struggle just to break even, just to cover his basic costs, just to get the ends meet. And this happened month after month, year after year. Every investment he tried went down the drain. So he sat down with his wife and he said to her, my dear wife, we have, Baruch Hashem, 10 children. I'm not fulfilling my obligation in terms of feeding these children, in terms of sheltering these children. I have a plan. I want to maybe go work out of this city. I'll go to a different state. And Bezrat Hashem, maybe shinu makom, shinu mazal. I'll change my location. I'll get more mazal. And I'll be away from you for a few weeks, a few months. And Bezrat Hashem, the wife starts crying. Obviously, this is a very tough thing for her to leave, to be separated from her husband for so long with so many children. But she had no choice. She gave him his blessings, the blessings, and he went on his way. 3-4 weeks later, he arrives at his destination. He comes, you know, the Hasidim, Baruch Hashem, one thing we have to look at them is they're very proud of their dress. You know, whether it's a shtreimel or the long, you know, the long bekkages, the jackets and the payas. You know, one day we'll see the Rabbanim here wearing their turbans against one of these days. The Hasidim have a certain pride. They have a certain pride. Something you have to look up to. And he goes dressed up in his regular Hasidic garb, Baruch Hashem. He gets a job and he's flourishing. Mamash, bli ayin hara. After a few months, 4 or 5 months, he has enough money for another 2 years. So he sends his wife a telegram and letter. He says, my dear wife, I'll be back home in about 3-4 weeks. You won't believe the miracles. We're rich. We have a parnasah. Everything is settled. The wife reads it. She celebrates. She tells the kids. They're dancing. They're having a great time. And the man starts finding his way back to his home country. 1 week into the journey, as he's journeying with his suitcase full of cash, suddenly, out of nowhere, he gets tackled from behind. His hat flies off his head. He goes onto the ground, clutching onto his suitcase, and a person puts a gun to his head. He says, give me all the money or else. The guy's holding on to it dearly, trying to fight him off, and he puts the gun even tighter into his body. He says, give it to me now or else. He has no choice. He lets go of the suitcase. The man grabs it, starts running 10, 15, 20 feet away, and the Hasidic man stands up and he says, "You're destroying my life. You ruined my life. I have 10 children. My wife's waiting for me. I'm going to come back home with no money. She won't believe me. You destroyed my life." And this guy actually stopped. I guess he felt bad. He stopped. They're about 20 feet away from each other. And then the Hasidic man says, "Sir, just do me one favor. You see, my fur hat just fell off. You know, as Hasidim, we believe in miracles. Just do me a favor, shoot the fur hat 2-3 times. Give me a few bullet holes through the hat. I'll tell my wife that someone tried killing me and he shot me in the head, they hit my hat, but he escaped with the money, but at least I'm alive." The guy says, "You know what? It's a deal. I'll do that for you." He tells him, hold the hat. He holds the fur hat to the side, and this robber starts shooting. 3 bullets right to the top of the shrine. The Hasidic man puts it on. The guy says, "It looks beautiful. Perfect story for your wife." He says, "Thank you very much. I really appreciate it." As the guy's about to leave, he says, "Wait, do me one favor. I have my long jacket, my long coat. Maybe get me 2-3 bullets through the coat as well. Let's make the story look a little bit more." He says, "Listen, I have a lot of work to do. Chick-chack, take off your jacket. Let's make it happen." Takes off his jacket. He holds it to the side. The guy again, 3 bullets right through the jacket. He puts it on. He has 3 holes on the hat, 3 holes on the jacket. It's a classic story. As the man's about to leave, he says, "Just one last favor." You see, this robber has a little achmanut, a little pity. He says, "What do you want now?" He says, "Listen, if you really want to make this story sound so, we have a prayer shawl, a talit, a talis. Let me quickly take it out of my bag, shoot that 3 times, and then I can tell my wife I was praying to God in the shacharit, and during shacharit, the guy shot me 9 times, all 9 bullets missed, but he stole the money." The guy says, "Chick-chack, take it out, let's go, let's make it happen." Takes out his talit, and he starts pulling the trigger. No more bullets. The Chassid says, "What happens? I have no more bullets." No, check your pocket. I have no more bullets. "I need this, please." He says, "I have no more bullets." So the Chassid comes over to him, says, "You have no more bullets?" Knocks him out. Takes his suitcase, and he runs away. Morai v'Rabotai, I think we all realize it's not a true story. But this joke has a very big lesson. Every single one of us, we're in Chodesh Elul. Every single one of us this past year dodged a lot of bullets. If you didn't dodge any bullets this year, you've dodged many bullets in your lifetime. How many times did it happen that you were sick for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, maybe a week or 2, and you felt like, "Oh, I can't get out of it." And Baruch Hashem, you're back on your feet. Or sometimes you were dozing off while you're driving. You're driving late at night, you're dozing off, and then Baruch Hashem, you almost got into a car accident, you veered off to the right, you arrived home safely. So many different scenarios in our lives where could have, but Baruch Hashem, it didn't. And the question is, what did you do after you dodged that bullet? Did you make any changes? Or did life continue as usual? You see, Chacham Yosef Chaim Alav Shalom, the Ben Ish Chai, when he was about 6, 7 years old, he dodged a very big bullet. He was playing with his little sister, older sister, and somehow, they got too close to a certain well, and Hashem Yirachem, this little boy falls right into the well. His sister starts screaming, "Help, help, my brother, he's drowning, he's this, he's that." Everyone, the whole neighborhood comes out. The mother, the father, the neighbors, everyone's out there to see the boy, lifeless, in the bottom of the pit of the well. Some way, somehow, they get a thick rope, they send someone down, they take the boy out. Morai v'Rabotai, not breathing, nothing. The doctors come, medical, they do whatever they can. And they tell the parents that unfortunately it doesn't seem like there's going to be a good ending over here. Everyone continued with the Tehillim. They prayed back and forth, crying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The doctors were working. And Shtabach Shemo La'ad, he started coughing. He started crying. Yosef Chaim was still alive. He survived. Ladies and gentlemen, his parents gave him something to eat, to drink. He went to sleep. Next morning, he woke up, had no clue what happened to him. His parents told him the story. The Nisim Niflaot that Borei Olam did for him. The miracle Hashem did for him, and really for all of Klal Yisrael. And the boy at that moment says, Abba, Ima, I'm dedicating my life to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Torah, mitzvot, chesed, maasim tovim, period. Nothing else interests me. Here we have a 7-year-old boy, 7-year-old boy, a child that got a message and he responded to the message in a fashion that's beyond our understanding. Morai v'Rabotai, every one of us have had some sort of miracle. Once you reach a certain age, you've had to have some trials and tribulations in life where you, Baruch Hashem, overcame it. Did we wake up to the message or not? It doesn't have to be a tragedy where your life even comes to an end. It can be even something simple. Rabbi Ilan one of the great Baalei Musar from the past century, one time he was in yeshiva sitting by the stairs, and one of the students sees this prominent rabbi sitting by the stairs. Rabbi, what are you doing here? He says, no, I'm fine, don't worry about it. But Rabbi, why are you sitting by the stairs? Oh, I fell down the stairs. So let me help you out. Should I call a doctor? No, I'm perfectly fine. So why don't you get up? So Lopian tells this Bachur, this student, he says, Hashem made me fall down the stairs, and you want me just to get up and pretend nothing happened? Let me just do some introspection, see what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from me. Morai v'Rabotai, so many stumbling blocks we have in life, so many frustrations. You ever think, what does Hashem want from me? What can I do back for Hashem? What can I do back for Am Yisrael? This is how the Gdolei Yisrael lived. But the Ben Ish Chai, when the story happened to him, wasn't a Gdolei, he was a 7-year-old boy. He was a kid. That means greatness. You're not born with greatness. You gotta work. You gotta do self-introspection. And that's who Chacham Yosef Chaim was. There's a lot to say. Baruch Hashem, we have many great speakers. But Morai v'Rabotai, I think now that we're in Chodesh Elul, Chodesh HaRachamim v'Selichot, we're at the Hilulah of the Ben Ish Chai. Let's not celebrate just by eating, drinking, and listening to some beautiful music. Let's celebrate by taking a commitment. I'll do something different. This upcoming year, I'm going to take a Kabbalah upon myself. I'll learn a little bit more. Self-control. Work on my midot, my character traits. Every single one, based on your own level. Do something extra. Do something. My Rabbi in Yeshiva used to always say, don't complain about what you don't have. Be grateful Hashem doesn't give you what you really deserve. We don't deserve what we do have currently. Let's be grateful. Have a karat tov. Look, you're alive, you're well, you're talking, you're eating, you're drinking, you have a nice community, you have beautiful, everything's beautiful. Yes, we have challenges, but let's do back in return to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I would suggest to the men, maybe take it upon yourself. It doesn't matter if you're Iraqi, you're Persian, you're Sfaradi, Ashkenazi. You could take the Sefer Ben Ish Chai. He writes, today everyone does Daf Yomi. It's a beautiful concept. Anywhere in the world you go, everyone's learning the same page of Gemara. Chacham Yosef Chaim started this with halachot on a weekly basis. Certain halachot to cover every single week. And you can learn these halachot, Morai v'Rabotai, even if you don't follow his method of halakha. You're of a different origin, you're a Hasidic, Ashkenazi, makes no difference. But the way he writes, he motivates you to keep the mitzvot. He motivates you, he gets you excited, he shows you the beauty behind the mitzvah. So maybe one thing you could do is every day you learn a halakha or two in the Ben Ish Chai. We have a man that took the message. He got a wake-up call. He took it to heart. And Morai v'Rabotai, Ad Hayom Hazeh, his Torah is all over the world. They're finding his manuscripts in Iraq. And it's being printed, Baruch Hashem. His Od Yosef Chai, he's definitely still alive in terms of how his Torah is all over the world. Yeh Ratzon, Bezrat Hashem, every single one of us should really do teshuvah shelema. We should get closer to Kadosh Baruch Hu. Learn from Chachmei Israel. Learn from Chachmei Israel what it means to come close to Hashem. No one has to become the Ben Ish Chai. No one has to become anything. You have to just become the best you could become. And you know what your faults are. You know what your capabilities and your potential. Run with it. Make it happen. And Bezrat Hashem, we should all get together always in Smachot. And hopefully, by next year, we should all be already in Yerushalayim Ira Kodesh with all the great tzaddikim in the Beit HaMikdash. B'mera b'yameinu. Amen ve'amen.